Alrighty, folks, we are back, and we're doing cube draft number 6 or 7. I don't remember now. I am kind of loath to do this cube draft, though, because the last one I had was just so sweet that I really don't want to do this one, because the last deck was just awesome. If you haven't seen my last draft, one-shot Reanimator Storm, it went 2-1, but it doesn't matter. The deck was awesome. It was just very fun to play. Probably complimented by the fact that it was not very good. So I don't think this is a particularly tough pack. Library of Alexandria is going to be the card I take. It really, I don't know. I'm going to take it. I think Bremaz is a great beatdown card. I think it's one of the best beatdown 3-drops for White Weenie. I like Remand and I like Thirst to no small extent. Remand probably more than Thirst. Imperial Recruiter is a good start card, but I think if Library wasn't in this pack, I'd probably take Volk or Remand. One of the two. Probably Volk. I think Blue-Red's very good, but oftentimes it gets quite drafted. It gets very heavily drafted. All right, so we took an open first pick, so we could do a lot of interesting things. I mean, we could take Recurring Nightmare and try to go like full spicy into a combo deck. I just think that kind of combo is more well reserved for like the Legacy Cube. To be honest, a big part of me just wants to fight over nothing and just take Selfless Spirit and just like go into what I know is going to work in this cube. Phantasmal Image is quite good. I don't mind Bitter Blossom either, but Bitter Blossom's so fair. Like, Fire Drink Satyr's fine. It's not... Sensei's Divinity Top's bad. I'm not a fan of that in the cube. Like, it needs to go in a very specific deck. Genesis Wave is Garbo. I mean, it could just be Phantasmal Image. Phantasmal Image is a good card. Yeah, Part of me wants to take the Selfless Spirit. Kind of. God, it's so bad, though. I'm gonna take Phantasmal Image. I think it is the right pick. Okay, well here I don't think the pick is that challenging. I think Impulse is a very strong card. Like I love it in combo, I love it in control, mostly in combo, but it's fighting control as well. So I'm gonna pick up Impulse here. We're gonna have to pick a secondary color. I don't know what it's gonna be yet. We could take a Gilded Lotus. Would I take a Gilded Lotus before I would take an Everflowing Chalice? I don't know. Gilded Lotus probably is a little bit better. Elspeth Nighterrot is also not bad. I think, here's the thing. I hate myself so much, guys. I'm going to take Elspeth here. And the reason being, I'm seeing Stud of War, I'm seeing Mistress Factor, I'm seeing Rishport. Like, aggro's wide open in this cube. Like, no one's playing red, no one's playing white, I don't think. I could be wrong, and I'd be willing to be wrong there. I would be happy to be wrong. Council's Judgment is a good pickup. I mean, I could also pick up Monastery Mentor and go, like, blue-white Xions. But the Mentor will probably wheel before Council's Judgment. Well, so I'm going to pick up Judgment here. I think it's a powerful enough effect. So I'm either going to be a blue-white Xions or I'm going to go into white aggro. Like, I'm kind of leaving my option open that way. Alright, certainly not Inkwell Leviathan. Brightling will probably come around, so I think I can pick up Karakas here as a pretty free pickup. There's not a good blue control card. Brightling's a fine aggro card. It's like medium. It's kind of a medium mid-range card. It's really a Death and Taxes card. You really want to vial it in and then have mana left open. I don't really care for its inclusion in the cube. I do like it as a sideboard option for Legacy, Death, and Taxes. And there are some Mother of Runes and a Mana Tithe. Mother of Runes is a very good card and a signal that White Weenie, yet again, is open. What else do I take out of this pack? I mean, I could take Toxic Deluge and go into like 3-color control, like Esper Pie control. But honestly, guys, like when a deck's open, like I draft the signals. Like I really try to as much as I can. I try to draft well for you. And not do silly stuff. I mean, I'm going to start taking blue cards if there's some decent blue cards in the first couple picks. That's why I took Phantasmal, because I think it's a decently open pick. But I know blue's dry. Blue's dry. Like I've just been seeing it dry up. Like Impulse was like kind of like the last good blue card we could take. And Library of Alexandria can be played in like White Weenie. Winter Orb is a good effect, but Palace Jailer is a top 4, so I'm going to bring that card in. We won't get Winter Orb back, but I think a lot of the Weenie cards that we passed in the first swing of the packs are going to come back, and if they don't, that's going to tell us something. It's going to tell us we made a severe mistake. But Palace Jailer can be played in a couple of different decks as well. I mean, it can be played in mid-range, it can be played in blue-white. I don't mind it as a sideboard card in Control Mirrors. Mother's a little more down-to-earth, a little more aggro, if you will. You guys can tell me I'm forcing this. I really don't think I am. I think I'm reading the signals correctly and seeing that the deck is likely open. And not a lot of folks respect this deck. And maybe I don't respect how bad it might be, but I've done decently well with it. I mean, I haven't, just gotten boloed with it yet. Yeah, I mean, see, like, I take Thirst, but come on, Bremaz, get in there, you. The Batterskull is annoying, but whatever. We can deal with that. That's a 5-drop. I could take it if I had Stoneforge Mystic, but I'm not going to bank on getting a Stoneforge out of these packs. Quick pause, guys. Be right back. Nope, actually I lied. I'm going to stay here. All right, Selfless Spirit. Now quick pause. All right, back. So, like I was saying, I mean, like, what do you want me to do? Like, I have to draft what's open, guys. Like, I really do. Like, this just it kills me to draft this 3 times in a row. And I'm going to have 3 drafts of White Weenie up already. But I have a very hard time, like, not drafting a deck that's open, right? I know folks don't think this deck's that good, and, like, frankly, if you're fighting someone for it, it's not very good. It's not really a deck there can be 2 of at a table. All right, this card's fine. I don't really want more 4-drops, though. I'll be looking to cut some of them. And I don't think Library is kind of the card you want in this. I do like Rishadanport, but the 1-drops are very essential to the safe operation of this deck. There was one other card we could have wanted in that pack. I think it was Mutavault or something like that. You know, the likelihood of playing Monastery Mentor is lower than playing Kitesail Freebooter, actually, or Mesmeric Fiend. Like, because blue or white-black is kind of a Death and Taxes deck that in Mana Tithe comes around. It's kind of a variation of this deck that I often will play. Okay, so Mox Diamond is not going to come around. Gideon the Trials may. Smuggler's Copter may or may not. Smuggler's Copter is what I'm going to pick up, though. I really want this card in my deck. I love Smuggler's Copter. I think the card is just so busted. Like, a lot of folks complain when it got banned in Standard. I can see why it did. It just does so much that aggro should not be able to do. Mary Angel will come around. Curse of Portal, a lot of folks overvaluate, in my opinion. I'm just going to pick up a Swords to Plowshares here and be very happy with that. I have 2 pretty premium pieces of removal. And sorry, guys, texting. So we pretty much sealed our fate. We are in White Weenie. I don't think this deck can flex much. We are the White Weenie drafter at the table. Who else is here? I'm not a fan of Library of Alexandria and White Weenie style decks. It may be a cut. The deck tends to want to develop relatively fast. Alright, Adanto Vanguard has a higher likelihood of wheeling than Phyrexian Revoker, so I'm going to pick up the Revoker here and hope to wheel the Adanto Vanguard. Alright, Honor of the Peer, Leon, and Relic Warder. Relic Warder is less easily castable on 2, but Honor of the Peer has a higher chance of wheeling, I think. So maybe look, I mean, like, we have a pretty decent deck. I mean, we've got good disruption in this deck. We've got good early plays to make. Shambling Vent could come around. I could take it and hope to wheel the Silverblade Paladin, but I'm just going to pick up creatures here. If I don't get Shambling Vent, I'll play Scrap Heap Scrounger, and I'll play Flooded Strand. So there's a card for me in that pack, either way, depending on what wheels. And if we get the Black Land, the Concealed Courtyard, plus the Shambling Vent, you know, we could put in the Mesmeric Fiend and the Kitesail Freebooter, which are both great cards in the black-white variation of Death and Taxes in the cube. So this is all coming up pretty Millhouse. We even have Karakas. We missed out on a Rishport. Wouldn't mind getting a Wastelander Strip Mine. But we're in pack 2, and we've got plenty of playables. We're on par to make playable count very easily here. Tend to want to be a 15 to 16 land deck. Alright, Stoneforge Mystic. It's a little upsetting to see this late, but there are still going to be some packs with artifacts in it, and there's really nothing else here we can take other than a Nykthos, and Nykthos is very bad in White Weenie. It's not an effect you want. Remorseful Cleric, great effect. Would like a couple more 1-drops. I don't know if they cut some of the 1-drops. Maybe they did just to keep the cube a little bit slower. But it's also just a great random hoser. Like, it just hoses graveyards. But it's also kind of just a fair card, right? It, like, actually plays games of Magic. Easy pickup here, Gideon. Alright, so the Gideon came around. What was the other card we were thinking of here? I forget. Skullclamp was another option. But it's a pretty easy 3-mana Planeswalker. Yup. Yes, sir. Now, we look a little bit low on creatures, but Elspeth, Gideon, Ally of Zendikar, and Gideon of the Trials all play as creatures. So we're really at like 14 creatures right now would be how I would interpret it. And then Smuggler's Copter is really 15 creatures. We're not creature light. Right now, though, the Stoneforge Mystic is not looking great, so maybe that was an argument for picking up the, and we'll pick up the Emeria, but I'm not going to play her, I don't think. Danto, yes, get in there, you. I like that card. I don't like that card, but I think it's fine. Honor the Peer, yeah, sure. It's very important to curve out with this deck. So you really want to have your 1, 2, 3. So right now, 1s are kind of in short supply for us. We don't have a ton of good ones. We have Tithe. All right, Shambling Vent is fine. Oh, it was the Concealed Courtyard was the other card we were kind of looking at. All right, Nykthos, sure. And sure. Dual land going that late. That's kind of odd. I mean, it's one of the worst. It's one of the less good dual lands, but I don't think Naya tends to be very good in this cube. All right. Well, we said we wanted 1 drop, so there's a piece of equipment here. We could get a Mox back, or we could get the equipment, or we could get Avacyn, which is a decent sideboard card against mid-range. Or Control, even. So this pack's not great for us. Relic is interesting because, well, I'm going to pick up the Angel. I may be cutting a 4-drop here, though, and actually maybe Hero of Bladehold, because the card's kind of unimpactful the turn it comes into play. Alright, kind of a dud pack. Do I have any enchantments that I really care about here? I'll pick up Linvala. There's some matchups where it could be good. Like, it does stymie. It does stymie some things. Stoneforge not looking too hot, though, right now, as we sit. As we sit, I'm not too happy with Stoneforge, but we can cut Stoneforge. I mean, we are at playable count almost. I mean, we could make a deck with the cards we have, but I have a few too many 4-drops for me to feel comfortable. I mean, heck, I could play another 4-drop if I got like a Soul Ring. That may be asking too much, though. Our Recruit of the Guard's quite good. There's also sort of Light and Shadow, but I think it has a high chance of wheeling. I'm going to pick up Unexpectedly Absent here because I do like having 3 pieces of removal. We probably have a little more than that with Palace Jailer, but Unexpectedly Absent just deals with almost any permanent. And I don't know. I think the Sword or the Recruiter will wheel. And if we get one of the swords, I'll play at least 1 sword in this deck, because I do think if you have Stoneforge, you want to play it. But I could also cut Stoneforge if I just don't get the right cards. Alright, Mirran Crusader. We're going to play. Condemn is not a card for this deck. You don't want them to be attacking you. You want to be attacking them. And a 3 is not bad here. Like, I don't mind getting another 3. I mean, I'd rather it be a 1, but a good 3 is fine. What do I think of this deck? I think this deck's actually looking pretty decent. I mean, I don't think we're playing Library of Alexandria, guys. I just don't think that's what you want to be doing on White Weenie. Like, you really want to... It's a tempo deck. Like, it's all about, you know, aggro control, not like just pure card draw. So it's not really doing anything intrinsically powerful, especially if it doesn't have Armageddon, which this deck does not have. So, alright. Disenchant. Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp is probably the pickup. I don't mind Godless Shrine either, but I don't have a fetch, so... I think it's Flicker Wisp. Disenchant's a fine card. It could come around. It's a good sideboard card. Flicker Wisp is pretty good with Palace Jailer, Restoration Angel, change pairings for Silverblade Paladin, can re-Relic Ward or something if we don't like what we have under there. If we had multiple equipments, we could Stoneforge multiple times with it. So it does a couple things. I mean, it can, you know, it's fine. It's also a flyer, which tends to be good in this deck, so you can fly over the top of green cards. Green cards tend to be bad for you, especially green ground creatures. Well, yeah. Hello there. Hello there, you. I think I'm going to debate on cutting this. We're at 25 with 1 land, yeah. Ravages is a top end you want. Like, you want 1 Geddon. I really don't want Stoneforge right now, so maybe I have to cut her. I mean, I may just play her as a 1-2, just to attack. I mean, like, she's bad, though. It's so bad. You can't play a 1-2 at 2 mana. You can't play a 2 mana. You can't play a Squire. Literally a Squire. Maybe the best Squire ever printed, but still a Squire. I guess with Honor the Peer, it's a little better. I believe they cut some of the Dominaria cards, so like I think the triple white guy, the all your dudes get +1/+1. I think he's gone. I liked him in this for this deck, this style of deck. This deck feels pretty strong though. Blade Splicer. All right, so Splicer, get in. Stoneforge, I think, is coming to the side for now. I did have shots at equipment, but like I said, I think that Stoneforge is actually slow. Like it's a very powerful effect. We know the Batterskull is gone. Like that was in our first pick or our second pick. I don't remember. It was one of our picks, but I know it's gone. I think it was pack 1. But this deck seems good. Like it seems really good. It would still like one more 1-drop, and I could cut something else, like maybe cut a 3. My 3s are all pretty decent, though. Like, I don't have bad 3s. Yeah, I think the deck itself is just really good. I could probably just walk away right now and go use the bathroom, which I'm going to do after I get done drafting this, and I'd be happy with the deck. I'd be fine to play it. I think it would do okay. It's got some cool sideboard options, too. Alright, this pack never really had anything for us. I mean, like, Brain Maggot would be cool if we had more of a black fix. I'll pick up Archangel Avacyn, though. Yeah, I mean, there's a world in which we could cast Balance. It's not a very common world. We don't have good artifacts, so I'm just going to pick this up. I mean, I don't think I do have good enough artifacts. What do I have for this? Am I going to pick up Honor the Peer with it? No, the card disadvantage is too great. I mean, this deck's already going to be embracing a lot of card disadvantage. It's not card disadvantage. It's going to be embracing using up its cards rapidly, so like having a card that pitches itself to get another card doesn't really seem that good. Like the effects are all pretty replaceable in here. We're not looking at like singular, irreplaceable effects that we need to find to combo. So I don't really like Enlightened Tutor. Enlightened Tutor may be one of the worst tutors in the cube. I just don't think there's a lot of good enchantments in the cube. Like there's no like you don't have like show and tell for like Omniscience or something like that. Maybe I'm undervaluing it. Maybe like you could use it for find Mirari's Wake. Yeah, that could be a thing. Well, folks are taking their sweet time. I don't know how picks this late take this long. They may just be waiting for the time to expire in their draft pick. All right, Knight of Autumn. This is a card I could see actually like sideboarding in if I was playing the green version of the deck. It is a pretty strong card. Just does a lot of different stuff. Condemn, yeah, I mean in certain aggro matchups I could see sideboarding that card in, so I'll pick it up. Anguish Unmaking and Vindicate are actually also two white-black cards that if I do play a white-black version of this deck, which I have not been unknown to do, I think one of my last versions did run a Bob in it. Those cards are fine. But, I mean, if you have Council's Judgment, I think you don't need a ton of those effects. You need, 2 to 3. And we have 2 to 3. We have Swords, we have Council's Judgment, and we have Unexpectedly Absent. Could also cut Mana Tithe, but I think Mana Tithe is a fine card, because they're going to have to react to me, like, on a curve. There's Godless Shrine. I could play black in this deck. I don't think I have a need to, though. I don't think the need is there. I think we're just, we're fine without it. I think the deck is just good enough as is. If we play against like a really, really grindy combo deck, maybe we want to bring in the Black Splash and bring in Mez and Kitesail Freebooter to eat apart their hand. Yeah, we probably do. I mean, Mez Fiend is not great, but it's not a good attacker, but it is pretty strong effect against combo-style decks or control decks. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go to a quick pause because this draft is over. We've picked all our picks, and this is going to be our deck. So, quick pause. I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom, and we will finish up. I'm pretty sure that's our last pick. All right, yeah, we did get something. I don't know what it was, though. Anyways, this looks like a pretty good deck. I mean, hell, we can finish it right now. Here. There are the basics. So we're a 16-lander. I think that is correct. And I'll be right back to play this thing. All right, guys, back. So 16 lands, I think that's correct. There's no speed mana in here. Oh, anything else we want to add? We go to 15, but I don't think 15 is correct. I think we want 16 in this build. Yeah. So we got 4 4-drops, 4 true 4-drops, so I think that is fine. What do I think of this deck? I think it's actually pretty good. Some people may think I'm crazy for not playing Library of Alexandria. I really don't think it's a good card in this deck. I think too often it's just going to keep you off curve. Maybe that means you overwhelm them with more cards later, but I think almost every deck's going to be doing more powerful stuff than this deck. Maybe other than red deck wins. This is what's wrong with the density of the 4-drops in this deck. We are 16 landers. I think we can do better just mulliganing down to... Yeah, we mulligan this down. We're going to mull this down. Much better. Much better hand. I actually want to land on top here. I want to get to 3. Yeah, that last hand was just, it was 4 or 3 4 drops, which is just bad. Hey, you too, man. Well, I like seeing blue. And go. If they're passing it, this thing's just getting pumped. If they want to bounce it, go ahead. They can bounce it for no value. But I'm not playing it a double blue. They can just take 3. Basically, I'm going to tell them, hey, do something, and now I'm going to cast something against you. All right, they do a black mana. All right, whatevs. That's cool. Yeah, it has first strike, so they can chump for days. Maybe I should have actually played the Smuggler's Copter there. I don't know. That could have been wrong. Play an artifact. Like, play, like, Worn Power Stone, be happy. I'd be happy times. Or, like, Grim Monolith, but don't cast anything. Nothing. I'm going to try to do this first to see if it gets countered, because I think they are holding up a counter spell of some sort. Counter it. Go ahead. I want you to. They obviously have it. Like, I know you have it, so, like, we're both playing a game where, like, all right, go ahead and counter this then. I'm going to let him counter one of these 2 things. That way I can Ravage his next turn. Go ahead and drain it or whatever you're going to do. Drain. All right, just leak. Cool. Whatever. Fine. It was painfully apparent they had something there. Like, they had left it up like, oh, I'm going to counter something. It's like, no. You're going to counter what I want you to counter. Which in this case, they did end up getting a Smuggler's Copter, which I'd rather have and play, but I'll trade it. All right, Mox, cool. I should not F6 here. Let's see if I get him to counter this. I'm going to pummel my mana into this. Like, they're holding up a counter, I think still. They're a pretty obvious counter spell player. I don't need to put my land out, though. So go ahead and bounce it with, like, Into the Roil. Blink of an Eye is the name of the card. That kind of feels like what they're going to do here. Could blink the Stud of War. But does not bother me, really. Like, you have something. Like, what do you got? Eventually you got to tap out for something, you know, because the board will beat you. Or you got to kill my board. If they kill my board, that's a worse spot to be in. The coolest thing would be if they like killed both of our boards. All right, so what is this? Like Sphinx's Rev for 2, whatever. That's fine. That I don't think I care about. Play a land and like don't have a counter spell. Just go for it. I know you want to do it. All right. Or play something irrelevant. All right, Duress is going to get my Ravages of War. So, sucks. Now deal with the board. Duress is not a card that really scares me, though, on this deck. Like, I think most of the time they're going to miss on that, but this time they did hit. I do have Karakas, which could be good against some cards they may have. But they're taking double strike off Stud of War next turn, which is a rough beat. If they have removal, they hit the Mother of Runes now, right? Before I can use it. I would imagine. Alright, Dismember on Mother of Runes. Cool. But they're leaving the rest of their mana up. Alright, so they have a 4-drop to cast. What have you got? Alright, you want to leave up like what? Oh, Cryptic Command? Okay. I know what's happening here. This is Cryptic Command. Fine. They can counter this if they like. Counter tap or counter bounce. It's a pretty weak spell to counter, though. That was about to be a good draw as well. Cryptic Command feels like it's what it is now. Oh, it could be Venser as well. Alright, Dig Through Time. Cool. I would have figured Cryptic Command there, but Dig Through Time I guess makes sense as well. I probably should counter their graveyard. And possibly with that in mind, I mean, maybe it was more important or intelligent to have targeted the Stud of War with the Dauntless Bodyguard, or actually the Remorseful Cleric, because I have a flyer. But if they rat the board, like, how much does that really matter? I don't know how much that matters, to be honest. Like, it still leaves me with a threat, because I'll have Leon and Relic Warder. Which is not a great threat, but it's a threat nonetheless. We'll play on our Karakas here. I mean, they're going to take 2 down to 9. Do I need to play Karakas out? Is there any way I'm 2-spelling next turn? I guess they could hymn me, and that would feel bad. And Karakas is better on the board than in the graveyard, obviously. This new Karakas art, actually, I don't think is that bad. I mean, I like the old art a little better, but it's not horrible. I think they did an okay job with it. Alright, well, it's only 7 cards. Which ones do you want? Alright. No, block with your snake. I do think I want to save Dauntless Bodyguard to protect my stuff. Yep. The Ophiomancer has prolonged this game by a significant amount. Okay, go. Yep. Okay, more land. Probably off the top. I doubt they kept land off Dig Through Time because they're pretty well off on manas. Man, nothing. I believe you're wrathing. If you're not, cool. I believe we're going to see a Wrath of God here. Now, if it's like Languish or Toxic Deluge, then oh well. Spell Pierce, I hope not. Put it down 2. Well, you're just dead if you don't block the double striker, so take 4. Alright, Field of Ruin can blow up Karakas if they'd like. I'd actually be fine with that because it would thin my deck some. Go ahead. You're attacking me again? Alright, cool. Yep. Do you have another big creature to play? Or a Wrath effect? Good Damnation. Strop Auto just in case I need to exile their graveyard again. Okay, you got him. Alright, now I think we're dead. So, play a land, say go. They draw into the Sphinx this turn. Play the Sphinx. They can Thief of Sanity, my top deck. I have not expent Council's Judgment, and I have not expent Swords of Plowshares. So, Sphinx is a big game here. That's going to probably end the game for me. Oh, they play Teferi? They must have a counterspell in hand as well, and I don't want to tap out. I mean, Thief of Sanity is probably going to get a good card from me. Alright, so they're going to untap, have whatever counterspell they likely have. I think we can beat the heck out of this deck. So they're 3-color control, basically. So we can look at the top 3, exile one of them, face down, put the rest of the graveyard. Look at the cast and cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. You may pay spend mana. Okay, so it can be any mana. So they can cast Council's Judgment now if they wanted to. Swords of Plowshares would be a thing. Well, what have you got? Did you draw something? They put a creature in there, that's fine. Like a Flicker Wisp? What are they going to flicker? Okay. Going to flicker something, I guess. It's coming right back, right? Yep. Okay, well, it's going to come back tapped. Alright. I don't know why you wouldn't flicker a regular land, because that land is not going to come into play untapped. Because then you could have Field of Ruined. They have like a discard effect at instant speed? Go ahead. They can Teferi this back if they'd like. I think they would have just been better off slamming, but on the Sphinx, the Consecrated Sphinx, I think they do have that card, unless I'm missing something. Oh, here's Sphinx, right? Yep. Okie doke. Yep. Okay, face down card. What is it? Yeah, I think we're pretty doomed here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pack this one in. I'll go ahead and pack this one in. It's just a plains, so not going to be enough. I think we can't beat this deck, though. So, more flyers. Ameria. No, I think the deck's fine the way it is. I mean, we have good answers to that Ophiomancer. The Ophiomancer bought them a lot of time, and I think had the Ophiomancer not been around or stuck around as long as it did, we probably had a better shot there. So we'll see what they end up doing. I don't think there's much we need to do to the deck. I mean, we could put in, like, Restoration Angel to have another flyer. Could put in Archangel Avacyn, but they didn't show us an actual, like, Damnation. They showed us Languish. Condemn's bad. Could put in the discard dudes and play through 2-color. Didn't see any legends, but that doesn't mean Karakas is worth taking out. Karakas is pretty good with Bramaz as well. It also protects the Gideons when they're attacking. Although 4 mana is a lot. Mana Tithe could be pretty sweet in this game too. So what is the best draw? Like 1 drop on turn 1, 2 drop, 3 drop. Ravages of War win the game. That's the best sequence of draws we could have. Against their deck, it appears. So they're playing like Esper good stuff, Control. Not a bad deck, it appears, but I do think Control tends to have a tougher time in this cube. I don't think it's the top deck. I think combo decks tend to be the best decks in the cube. Basically active decks. Although I have gone 2-1 with a blue-white control deck. That deck was pretty sweet. Had a ton of blue cards. A lot more than we saw this draft, that's for sure. Our opponent's taking a long time to sideboard. Definitely want us to wait. I'm going to go on a pause while we wait for them to get themselves prepared. Alright guys, we're back. We will play first. This hand's fine. It's not the best, but it's not horrible either. Alright. I'm happy to see Mox Jet. Oh my goodness. This seems broken. Play it to Fairy turn 1. Seems good. Seems pretty good. Don't have a way to kill this thing, please. One time, don't have it. They're going to have it, I bet. Alright, they didn't have it. Sweet. Go. Maybe I'm being a coward not playing Brimaz out there. Probably. I was not being a coward. I was playing intelligently. Get schmoaned. Don't have Dazer Force. Mana Tithe was pretty important there. The Black Lotus, Mox Jet to Fairy start was pretty bonkers. If we can beat it, we'll be lucky, but that was lucky, right? But that's the thing with Vintage Cube. Sometimes they just have the busted stuff. Where are you going with this thing? Alright, trying to get something. Cool. Is this until end of turn, or is this any time? Yikes. That's a lot of cards, man. That card is actually pretty good. I mean, it's good when it gets to go, like, just ham like it's going now. They probably have a way to deal with the Gideon. They find my Council's Judgment, or... Alright, they found Relic Warder, which is annoying. Alright, they can use Teferi now. Actually, this is bad. So I've got to find a way to deal with all this nonsense. Like, they found some good cards of mine. Well, Vintage Cube is not always fair. Sometimes they have Black Lotus, Mox Jet, Teferi turn 1, which is pretty good. I think outside of that, we probably had a good matchup with this deck, but it looks like we're going to get just housed. If they hit Council's Judgment as well, like, we're just done. Like, we really need this Gideon to stay in play. Council's Judgment. Jesus, yes, they had an answer. Fuck's sake. Alright. Yeah. We are probably fucked now. Well, we'll see what we draw. They have Mana Leak to top it off. I mean, because Teferi turn 1 is pretty bonkers. What can that do for me? I can exile the Relic Warder. If they have a counter, this sucks. Like, don't have Mana Leak one time. Don't have it one time. Like, one time, don't have it. Trying to battle here, man. Trying to battle. Give me a fighting shot here. This at a minimum gives me back the Revoker. Got a lot of cards off Teferi, though. Flicker Wisp was pretty big, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, guys. This will take Mox. Keep him off Languish mana at a minimum. They're going to be able to cast a Fairy or my Gideon now, which kind of stinks. Okay. So they get Gideon if they want Gideon off of this. They have 1 mana left. Oh, wow. Well, guys... Feels pretty bad. Yeah, Beloat turn 1 into Teferi. Possibly unbeatable, I don't know. Probably not unbeatable, but just tough. Alright, do they have a counterspell now? Alright, Brimaz, go. This is probably going to get pushed back into my... Actually, it can't get pushed back into my library, so it needs to be killed. So what do you do about this? Is there an answer to it? If there is, not good. Find a card. What did you find? Yep. God, this is miserable. This is miserable. So I think even if we'd had a turn, we probably could have beat this, but yeesh. I mean, I might as well dump all my mana into this. It doesn't matter. If they flip it back into my deck with Teferi, I guess Teferi's gone, but they're already at 5 cards. They have a ton of mana. perfect mana, really. They still have a card of mine, so they really have 5 cards they're playing with and a boatload of mana. How do I beat them here? Like, they screw up, pretty much. Like, they screw up, don't kill this Stud of War, and, like, somehow it gets there. Like, just goes the distance. Alright, Gideon. That's my card, which is the one they took. That is fine, I think. Now, if they tap out and don't have a counter spell, maybe I can fly over the top with Elsbeth. So go to 5/5, double strike it. It +3/+3, that's lethal. So my best draw is they don't have a counter spell. And that doesn't happen. Teferi's the biggest issue here. They can't successfully block this thing. So they're going to block with the Knight Ally, and they can't fire up the Gideon or else I'll bounce it back to my hand with Karakas. So what I need is like Elsbeth, jump. Elsbeth, no counterspell, jump. That would do it. I mean, that could do it if they just had straight up nothing. Yep. So now they've played all of my cards out. What of their cards do they have? There's a Sphinx. Feels like it's probably Sphinx time. Alright, this card is kind of irrelevant. I mean, they have 5 mana available on my turn, though, so we're probably just doomed. Although we can block this card, but they could just, you know, fling the skull over the top. I mean, there's a chance they have nothing, right? There's a chance. We can play around Mana Leak. We haven't seen any other counters out of them, have we? No. Alright, Elsbeth. Elsbeth, please. It's the only draw that gets it there for me. It's a bounce spell. Alright, Jace. Make us both draw a card. Just ballsy. Be ballsy. Alright, they draw a card. Elsbeth. Elsbeth, no counter. Alright, well, we're still alive. I think. Yeah, we are. This blocks. If they have a counter spell, a hard counter, they should counter it. Alright, go ahead. They can also just bounce the Teferi and win the game. Which is what they're going to do. I wonder if they had the counter. Because Elsbeth was a game win. I'm going to make them do it. So the Teferi should bounce my Stud of War and they can attack for lethal. Pretty miserable game. Alright, well, they're going to slow roll it. You can have Duress. You certainly cannot have Toxic Deluge. I guess Deluge would be fine. I mean, what does it really do here? I mean, you have a way to win on board, so I guess maybe they're just having fun. I mean, that's fine, too. Actually, we may still be dead. The land may be enough. Alright, they put that one on top. It didn't really matter which one they put on top. So they just slow-rolled it. Yep. We'll concede. I'd laugh if it was Elsbeth. No Elsbeth to be found. Unfortunate. Well, sometimes you get browned like that. That was getting browned, though. Like, that second game was just brown. It was like, oh, oops, Black Lotus wins games. Which I don't mind. I mean, that's vintage cube, guys. So, you know, when you get that, you get that. And it's unfortunate to lose that way. This hand's fine. You know, especially in a more consistent deck like this, they have the nut. And if they don't have the nut, that deck probably lost to us most times. I think if we played best of 5, like, I'd feel pretty good in that game, in that matchup. But, you know, those two games did not look good for us. Cool. Island. This deck should tend to enjoy seeing islands. Alright, Adanto Vanguard, go. You have Force Spike. Shouldn't have 6 through the turn, because I do have, yeah, if they're blue-red, then I can protect this thing. Alright, cool. I could blow the Search Riscanta up here, but I think it's better just to get a board down. The next turn I can Council Judgment and blow up whatever they have with Swords to Plowshares. Search Riscanta is not really close to flipping. They pitch a Force of Will, which makes very good sense. You don't really want to be pitching cards to these nonsenses that I'm playing. We're going to try to honor here. See if they want to counter it. All right. All right, got him. So they did Grixis control. All right, island goes to the yard. What do you have? Do you have a critter yet? Well, Adanto Vanguard's doing some work for me here. Yeah, I don't care. Draw some cards. Draw all the cards you would like. I'm going to blow up Search for Azcanta, I think, next turn. I think it just makes sense to blow it up. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I just let it flip because like it's just kind of slow. If they miss on land, that would be bad for them. All right, they did miss on land. Blow up Search here. Play this Gentleman out. I think I can leave up Swords to Plowshares on their turn. I think it's better than just using the stud up. The only way this goes wrong is if they have like Toxic Deluge. I'm signaling pretty hardcore what I've got here. Alright, what do you got, man? You got like a 6-drop dude? No. I don't think I put the Mirror Crusader out there yet. Okay. You can terminate one of them. I guess I should not auto yield. I mean, they could just terminate the wrong one. Yeah, they don't. Okay, cool. Got it. Alright, what have you got, man? Sheltered or something big? Alright, Batterskull. Cool. Well, there are draws here. Alrighty. I'm going to save the land in hand and say go. The hope is here they don't have like another kill spell, but on 3 cards, up to 4, they probably do. They probably do. Chances are not insignificant that they do not. So we shall see. What have we got here? Technically, the Mirror Crusader outraces this thing, right? Because they go up 4, but go down 6. So, if they don't block, they die, right? Alright, so here's my thing. If they don't block, they die. They're going to gain 4, go up to 14, take 6, down to 8, but they have to recast it next turn. So go to 8... Go up to 14, go down to 8. It's not quite dead. It does tie up their mana, though. I think it's worth seeing what they'll do. I'm going to attack with both here. Because they can't take all of this. But my 4/4 Adanto Vanguard will force them to spend a bunch of mana next turn. Now, if they have, like, a bounce dude or something like that, I mean, if they have any, like, flash card... Okay, I think we can just call this one. So they're targeting themselves. Yeah, we're just dead. Let's go ahead and concede this one. This one's not going so well. All right, try to sideboard against this deck. Hitgeddon is kind of the answer. They're playing a flash deck essentially. I mean, I wonder why they waited on that. Maybe they're just like waiting to see what I do. Is Restoration Angel any good in this matchup? Palace Jailer seems really good against their deck. I mean, they do have a couple flash dudes. Ravages I think is still great. Yeah, hand's good. Turn 1, Mother, which is kind of a must remove because it's going to fade a lot of their 1-for-1 removal. So if they have like Bolt or Chain Lightning or something like that, they're going to want to kick it on this thing, or like a Dismember. Or if they have Mox, they could do that. Ravages is not bad. Hopefully they play something else so I can unexpectedly absent it on this next turn. I'm not going to attack with Mother. That is bad. My hope is they play like a Signet out. Signet would be great because I can just put it back on top and force them to redraw it. Alright. I could have Remand or any number of things here. If I draw a 1-drop, I'll probably play that over playing Gideon. But a 2-drop, no, I'm not going to do that. If I draw a land, I may want to go Relic Warder plus Idanto Vanguard. But I'm not going to play around Counter Magic here. I mean, there's like Remand, Mana Leak. But, yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it makes sense to try to... Sure. Maybe I should have made a token there. But if they put up a red land and like have a 3-mana burn spell, like that's just so bad for us. Okay. Mox. And land. Cool. Cool. Nothing. We can go ahead and take the Mox here. If they want to counter this thing, cool. Okay, got it. I'm not attacking with Mother. Kind of want to land here. Recast this thing. Is it going to be good enough? I'm going to counter this. Okay. Now if I hit a land, I feel very strongly about this game. I think we're just going to win outright. No lands. All right. Not exceedingly happy with that draw. I mean, if land here would have just been game over, I think. We're going to name Dimir Signet. All right, they can't. Oh, they cannot cast. And I wish they would F6 when they were done with their turn, just so I didn't have to un F6. Well, do you have a flash guy of some sort? Play this out because it's indestructible. They can counter it if they'd like. Mana Drain would be the worst. Alright, Remand, cool. Does get them a little deeper in their deck. I'm going to leave up Swords to Plowshares, though. They are very dead next turn. Alright, so they hit land. Alright, is this going to be their thing again? Yep. What are you going to do with this? You're just going to bounce my dudes? It's probably fine. Double black has me more spooked out than anything else, so I'm gonna stop Dimir Signet again. And please, sir, go ahead. Well, they hit double black. Alright, damnation me. Or, Languish, I think is the card they used last time. It's not good. Not good at all. Not happy about it, but what can you do? Alright, Batterskull is less bad for me. Do you have a counterspell? Do you have removal? I'm not playing around removal at this point. Alright, I was going to say, I'm just going to attack with all of them and try to put you to 0. It felt like a desperation play to me. I mean, if they had the counter, they had the counter. I was going to force them to show it to me. I could have played a more careful line, which would have been playing out the Mirror Crusader, but I don't want to set myself up for failure there. I mean, there's also a chance they have a lot of red cards, right? So, I liked how that played out. That felt a lot better. Well, then there was this. I'm going to mull this on the draw. This is better. Top it. Go. I mean, I'd rather have a 1-drop, but I don't have a ton of 1s in this deck. This is a 2-3, and it's got Unexpectedly Absent, and it's got a good 4. Alright, whatever. Ponder. Cool. We should look at what they do. Chooses not to shuffle. Okay. Go. Am I going to run into remand here? I mean, possibly, but I'm going to do it loud and proud here. Remand my dude. Nope. Alright. They burn it off. I'm not going to sack it, so it's fine. Go ahead and burn it off. Yep, incinerate. Cool. Mana efficiency. Go ahead and remand it if you'd like. I have mana efficient plays for a while, so if they're remanding this, yeah, again, like I think it's fine. Then I can Gideon next turn, and possibly on the turn after, if I've drawn into another land, Karakas, next turn, and then land, and then go Blade Splicer plus Phyrexian Metamorph, or Revoker, rather. Counter it. Just force him to have it every turn. It's kind of the name of my game right now. They got it? Alright, Impulse. They're going to look for a counter. They don't want to see Planeswalkers, but I can Planeswalkers for days right now. If I draw another land, I may just double cast next turn as opposed to one Planeswalker next turn, and then try to Planeswalker plus Unexpectedly Absent if I land. That'd be optimal sequencing. The worst thing to see here would be like Mana Drain, but we've already got a counter out of their hand. We've got a Gideon that we're showing here. We're like, hey, deal with it. Deal with it, homie. Yeah. Alright, 2-2, go. And I've got a decent answer and Unexpectedly Absent to like anything I can't deal with. I suppose one really bad thing that would happen here is like land, Zealous Conscripts, steal Gideon, and kill it. So I'm going to plus it just in that case. We'll get in there for a little bit of damage. I'm not going to play the Elspeth right now. I'm going to wait for a tap-out turn and try to just kill them with Elspeth and one of my creatures. And I'm going to double cast here. We'll choose Abandon Hope. They're going to be up to 6 mana next turn, which means that their dude's back online. Alright, they're going to kill some stuff and some things. Alright, they got my Abandon Hope. My Abandon Hope Revoker. Cool. Alright, what have you got? So, land me would be good. Land me is good. Okay. So do I have you? I'm going to have you real low here. Alright, cast your silly thing out. Yep. What does it cast here? Does it cast Incinerate, try to blow something up? Redraw this thing. You can Incinerate my 3-3. That's cool. And you're down to 1? Well, I know you redrew a 6-drop, which is not great here. Any one of these threats is lethal, so what do you block? Alright, cool. Got there. White Weenie. I don't think they wanted to lose that one, but lose they did. White Weenie is not a bad deck. Their deck did seem pretty cool as well, but like I say, I don't think Control is like in the best spot. I think you'd rather be in an active deck, and their deck did seem kind of reactive. It was pretty painfully obvious they got 6 mana. It's like, all right, we know what they got. They got the Torrent Gearhulks. They haven't done shit until this point. They've kind of just like blown up a couple cards. And I sit back on one interactive, like one of my 3 interactive cards. I'm just like, bam, put it to the top, and then you're too low in life to really do anything after that. Especially if you're going to be drawing a 6er on the next turn. That really, like Torrent Gearhulk is probably more high impact than a card like Consecrated Sphinx, but not by a huge amount. Like when I mean high impact, I mean like time now, like the turn you cast it, high impact. Like Consecrated Sphinx is a better card just to seal a game off. Like if it lives for an untap, like you win. Like you can't really lose at that point. It's very difficult for you to lose. Like you have to be in a very bad spot. Yeah. On the draw, it was fine. We're gonna keep this. Got a turn 2, Smuggler's Copter. Oh, that's not good to see. Oh. Alright, so they have a Soul Ring. They have an Orzhov Signet. And what else would they like to cast this turn? Hopefully they cast a Metal Worker and just like their hands dumped. Vindicate? On nothing. Alright, Sword of Light and Shadow, or Fire and Ice. Alright, well, I'm not feeling very good about this. I'll tell you that much. Alright, go. At a minimum, I'm not getting attacked with the Sword of Light and Shadow, or Fire and Ice next turn. And a Dental Vanguard, I can block for a while. That's positive. And that's a positive thing. Can they hardcast? They're 1 mana away from hardcasting a Sundering Titan, I think. That would be bad for us. Alright, Karn can make dudes. Alright, but the cool thing about the Karn dudes is I can block them. Just not another creature. Just play like something that is not a creature. Because I am going to have to like do some hinky stuff to try to stop this. Like this is a very gross start. Alright, this is an X-Spell. Alright, it's Phyrexian Metamorph. Copying another dude. Alright. We're taking 5 at a minimum next turn. Alright, that's a card that can stop the sword. So I'm going to put this in play just to stop sword for now, because I don't want them drawing cards. Like, cards are the enemy right now from them. I don't think I can win this regardless, but cards are the enemy. Alright. Yep, create a 0/0 or 6/6, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this is such an aggressive start. Maybe I just pack it in. Well, if I draw like a Path to Exile, maybe I can get there. This is really bad, though. This is really, really bad. I mean, yikes, guys. Yikes. Oh, God. Oh, God. Must be nice. Alright, we got browned that game. Literally browned. I don't feel too bad about that, though. That was just a disgusting start. Like, just gross. Balance would have even been good. Balance would have been good in that situation. But, like, I'm not going to play, based on the last game. I think we just rejam this, guys. Like, we just have to hope that they don't have, like, the most retarded cards in their deck all sequenced in a row. This hand's bad. Alright, we're going to have to keep this, I think. It's not good. Like, we really want a 1-drop here. Yeah. I'm going to put that on top, because I'm going to draw creatures, I think. I've got the Silverblade, which pairs really well with, like, a 2-drop, if I can draw that at somebody, or even a 3-drop. And then I can, like, Elspeth it over the top and just win, probably. And Swords of Plowshares is going to stop, like, just so, like, random dumb shit like they just did. Like, it was just like, God, like, unbeatable. That brown deck was pretty sick, though. That start from this brown deck was pretty sick, like, not going to lie. And now we have the standard draw, which is a lot less cool. I've got a lot of control elements right now. I mean, I've got this Swords, I've got this Council's Judgment, so I get a Silverblade next turn. I'll pretty much Swords to Plowshares almost anything they play here. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll wait and see if they lock up a sword. Yep. So they have some very good cards. Like, they have a lot of power, it looks like. I consider Soul Ring a piece of the power, especially in the cube. Alright, whatever, that's fine. That's not fast. Not a fast card. A very slow card, even. But it is a lot of cards. So they're base blue with a heavy smattering of artifacts. They probably are running Tolarian Academy. Their deck does look sweet, so obviously they're lost. My guess would be a deck like this probably lost to itself more than anything. Probably just had a bad draw. Nexus of Fate, cool. That's pretty sweet. Alright, well, we're going shields down for a turn. Go. And actually, next turn we can pair this thing up. We'll just create a 1-1 with Elspeth, and it'll pair, and it'll do 4. We either do that, or we can double remove something. I mean, what are the chances they have counter magic here? Pretty high, right? So we could just do this and see what they do. I feel like they have something. They have a counter spell of some sort. So if they have anything like a mana leak or something. Alright, Snapcaster on counter spell. Cool. You got it. You got it, bro. Cool. Counterspell it. I mean, it felt pretty painfully apparent they had it. Like, it's just like, alright, well, if you're going to do nothing, your deck did not appear to do nothing the last game. I'm not going to ram my my Silverblade into that thing. Because I do want that card. I think it is how I'm going to win the game. I have like a Teferi, too. Okay, cool. Just lock the sword up. Just lock it up. You know you want to. Get owned. Elspeth. No days, please. Pair. Yes, they're going to soul bond. These two are buddies for life. Alright, T Academy. Not great for us. What have you got, though? Okay, Grim Monolith, or not Grim Monolith, Basalt Monolith. A little older than Grim Monolith. Alright, am I going to get another turn? Do I have a shot here? Come on. Nothing too bad. 7 mana. Oof. It's a lot. Oh, Nexus of Fate. Alright, well, they didn't really do anything with their turn, though. So Nexus of Fate's fine, because they didn't do anything. Alright, yep. Yep. I laugh at Edge Druid again. Just like, yep. Do it again. Alright, what have you got? Don't kill my Elspeth, please. Just play a dude out. Alright, that's fine. Equip your sword. Equip your dumb sword. And you gotta equip that sword. And they don't have a counter spell, because I'm gonna blow the sword up. Oh, come on. Just equip the sword. I mean, here's the thing. If they equip the sword, I'd probably just blow the Mentor up, right? Because how much of a threat is the sword, really? Alright. You got it. Please work. Please work. Don't counter it. One time. We're going to counter their threat, or kill their threat, their Monastery Mentor. I don't think the sword's that much of a threat, to be honest with you guys. Take 12 here. Alright, they have a bounce spell. Ugh. Alright, blink of an eye. Yep, nonsense. Friggin' nonsense. Whatevs. What are you going to do? Alright, tap land, cool. Don't have a threat. Jesus Christ. Can I get something here? Come on, guys. Come on, deck. Alright, we can at least kill Teferi, right? Yeah, we can. So Teferi untaps 2 things. Let me kill Teferi here. I'm going to pair with the Soldier again, and hope that this works. Hopefully I didn't, like, just top deck into Glory. And we're going to do 8 to Teferi. Did you top deck something, man? I would be, like, kind of a little tilted off that. I'd be like, well, I guess you can't beat perfects if that was the case. Blocker for their Celestial Colonnade, in case they opt to attack. Yeah, sure. So they could attempt attack with Celestial Colonnade. I think they're running some significant risks there, though. I'm really just hoping they miss for a couple more turns, right? Maybe I should have blown up Sword. No, Sword would have been wrong. They would have had a bunch more Mentor tokens now. Like, Sword is kind of dicey, though. It's kind of a scary card. But it does not work that well with manlands. I mean, it can work with manlands, especially not a 6-mana manland, essentially, with Celestial Colonnade. I guess it doesn't tap itself, so 5 mana. Fair. They could fire it up and attach, or equip here. But they cannot do that, plus take a time walk turn right now, or as of now. And depending on where they go, if they just went at Elsbeth, maybe I would just let it happen. But then they're kind of like selling me what they drew. If they're going to my face, I'm going to block with Remorseful Cleric, because I think Silverblade Paladin is just too important to the cause, to the plan here. Does my Anthem effect work here? So if the Silverblade goes to a 3/3 and the Knight, or the Soldier token goes to a 2/2, that's 4 plus 6 is 10 damage, plus 6 more, it's down to 1. That actually would kill them if the Remorseful Cleric stayed in play and they did not block. So there's that. Alright. I mean, if you got it, you got it, man. Doing my best here. Doing my best. Oh, my connection to Magic Online failed. That's good. That's good. Is my connection to the internet screwed up too? Well, let's see. Oh, it is. Well, that's not good, guys. Well, quick pause, and we'll try to get back on here. Alright, guys, I think we are slowly relogging into Moto. Moto had some issues, and, well, yeah, it does what it does. We do have internet connection now. I don't know if Moto is going to work or not, but we are showing internet access, so hopefully it works. Alright, well, if it's going to load this long, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. This is pretty savage right now. I kind of want to finish this game up and see if we're going to go 1-2 or 2-1. Alright, right back. Alright, guys, we are back, and my opponent is firing up. God damn, Moto. Guys, this client drives me nuts. I'm sorry for the cursing. It just drives me crazy. I hate this client so much. It just drives me up the wall. I really just wish it worked. I mean, it's just like, oh, God. Which way are you going? At me. Okay. How about this guy? How about this guy? Oh, they have, they're gonna bounce my stuff. The problem with this is they don't know where to put the sword. They do not have a place to put the sword. I wonder why they didn't Queller the Flyer. That actually seems really wrong to me. Why would you Queller the Flyer? Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. I have a Flyer, though. I can block the sword again, so it's kind of just running the same thing back, right? You now have indestructible dudes on their turn, which seems also bad. I guess I could Wrath. No, Wrath doesn't work, though, because they have only 2 white mana. Oh, what do they draw? We're going to find out. I don't know. I have no clue. Could bounce my team with like a Mystic Confluence. That would be kind of savage. I just don't think... What are they going to do here? There's a lot of mana. Alright, Duplicant. Yep. Well, I can make my shit indestructible. Excuse my language. My stuff indestructible, which means they can't kill it with sword, right? So like, all right, you can have sword, you get a swing, but you're tapped out of mana for the most part. All right, and you get a hit here. What do you hit? Elspeth? But you're still dead. You need to hit like an exactly. Yeah, you got me, but like my stuff is indestructible. So yeah, cool. I don't think they read their card. I don't think they understood what the interaction was going to be here. So like my thing takes 2, but it's indestructible. So it's still coming through in the air. Did you hit a Swords to Plowshares or Path to Exile? Well, I'm going to flip this one face up. Show me yours. I'll show you mine. Yep. What do you got? They didn't hit. All right. They could have won that, I think. They did not choose to. All right. Well, whew. That was closer than I wanted it to be. Do I need any more artifact or enchantment removal? No, I mean, I probably have the best I'm going to get. So, rejam. Oof. This hand's not good, guys. I think I'm going to keep it, though. Like, Palace Jailer seems interesting to me. I'm going to keep this. I mean, I could get blown out again. Like, their turn 1 from the first game was just disgusting. Alright, I don't want to see land. What I want to see now is, like, 3-drop, a good 3-drop. Go. Mother, why? Alright, 2-drop next turn plus Mother of Runes. Go ahead and counter this. Don't care. Yep. You got Force of Will? I should have done this first. Have it back. Then I'll Palace Jailer it next turn. I'm not blocking this thing, so go ahead. Go nuts. Go nuts, my friend. Alright, Jace. Interesting. You gonna bounce my dude? Alright. You want to bounce this dude? Alright, I'll take the Monarchy here. I need to draw well off the Monarchy here because I'm not, these planes are not doing me well. Not doing me well at all. Alright, yep. Yep. Go. Okay. Yep. So we're trying to get a Ravages off here. Is what we're trying to do. Monarchy can tend to avalanche games. I'm not saying we're winning this. If they just attach sword, I'll block for 100% of the time. I'll block with my Palace Jailer likely. Alright, so they can stop the... Alright, cool. Whatever you want to do, man. But there's a Ravages in the wings. And it is a reckoning. That is for sure. So if you want to equip sword, I'll block with Flicker Wisp. Gideon, cool. Yep. Alright, I'm going to play around Spell Snare here. I know this seems silly. And I don't like it myself, but I'm going to do it. I just think I lose more games than I don't. Yeah, because Spell Snare would just be so rough there. Like, just get hit with a Spell Snare, be like game over. And like right now, I feel like I probably can't lose. And I have a ton of land still in hand, so I'm not in a horrible spot. Is there a flash creature? I should probably watch out for Snapcaster for no value. Yeah, that'd be bad. Oh, they can't cast. I should have actually. That was stupid. I should have attacked. Snapcaster can't be cast off that. So they do have Snapcaster. They told me they have it. Cool. Orzhov Signet going bye-bye. So I am glad I got to play this card. Orzhov. They do have Snapcaster in hand. That is one of the tricks they're running. I don't think they can win this game, though. I mean, I don't think there's a way. I'm so many cards ahead. All right, done. Yeah, good games. All right, 2-1 with White Weenie again. Got to play some cool games there. That last set of games was actually very cool. You got to see the power of Palace Jailer. Even in Cube, I love the thing in Hunter Carter Highlander play. The card is just disgusting. It just houses control so hard. Like you saw right there. I'm surprised they went for the play they went for. I mean, maybe they did have Spell Pierce in hand. But the way they played it, like they were saying, like, hey, I've got Spell Pierce. So, like, you know, maybe I should have put myself a turn back, but I think it would have been greedy not to. Because I felt like I was winning so much if the Armageddon resolved. So anyways, managed to salvage the draft. We did kind of lose one there up front, but got to play some cool games of Magic, and I hope you guys enjoyed another White Weenie draft. Take care now, and enjoy.